Hello ladies and gentlemen, I'm Crypto Nobes. Today's video I'm going to be doing an update on Chainlink. We're going to be taking a look at its price, and we're also going to be looking at its recent partnerships as well as Bitcoin, stock to flow, and how long till the Bitcoin halving. If you guys do enjoy anything that I bring to you, a like, a subscribe, or any feedback does always really help my channel out. With that, let's jump straight into. So if we take a look at the current market cap, it is at $248 billion, and the Bitcoin dominance is at 66.26%. Chainlink is currently at number 13 position in the chart, which is still good, and its price has been very, very, very good over the past 30 days, considering we had this massive fall off, which the rest of the market also did have. Bitcoin, if you remember, Bitcoin went from about 8,000 or something to bottomed at 3,900, I think it was, something along those lines. So the fact that Chainlink went down to here, it showed good resistance, and it has now bounced back very, very well, which is very, very good news. And I remember that I bought my last load of Chainlink at $2.20, and obviously so far it is almost peaking at $4, which is very, very close to its all-time high, which it broke a couple months ago. Again, very, very good, 60% up in the past 30 days. Now, if that's not ridiculous, then I don't know what is, but Chainlink, it is still my favourite crypto at the minute. It's not my most invested in, but if I could go back, it probably would be. It's doing very, very well at the moment. And if I want to show you more news to do with Chainlink at the minute, they have recently partnered with Tezos, becomes latest blockchain to tap Chainlink for Oracle service. So pricing feed for protocol Chainlink has interrogated with yet another blockchain, this time with Ethereum rival Tezos. Sorry. I have been seeing Tezos quite a lot, and it is one I am debating investing in. I wouldn't be able to put a substantial amount of money in, but the way the crypto world works, $100 could turn into $1,000. So that's the way you got to look at it, in my opinion. If things do 10x, then it's as long as you get something in there, in my opinion, it is good. But it does look like they are showing very good signs at the minute with the partnerships. They're also doing very, very good. Chainlink are doing good moves at the minute, very, very big moves. This is the 30-day chart. Look at it. It went from here to where it is now, which is ridiculous. It basically $2.40, let's say $2.40 to now where we are at now, which is just ridiculous. How much growth it's done over the past month, basically. Now I'm very, very excited about Chainlink. If you've seen any of my other videos on Chainlink, you would understand that this is doing very, very well. Now you guys would know if that I do also really, really like Bitcoin, but I always explain why the importance of Bitcoin is to the rest of the crypto market. Purely because if Bitcoin makes it, I believe the rest of the crypto market will make it. Even if you don't like Bitcoin or you don't trust Bitcoin, it is so important for the rest of the market to follow what Bitcoin does. Whether in a year or two time, the cryptos that you believe come and take over from Bitcoin, then so be it. But for now, Bitcoin's number one. Bitcoin's the king. It is the main one to follow. So from what I've learned over the past 3 years, the market follows what Bitcoin does. So if Bitcoin flies to 100k, I really, really think you're going to see the rest of the market fly. Now, this is from Plan B. I always talk about him. Stock to flow ratio is getting mentioned across worldwide media now. Now, if I show you this is CNBC news station, and they are talking about Bitcoin. Here we go.
Check out Bitcoin, surging more than 15% this week. Our very own crypto baller says another big breakout could be coming. So, BK, how many days is it till the halving?
It's about 11 days to the halving. And so what that means, what people should know is that, as the whole world is quantitative easing, Bitcoin's about to be quantitative hardening. So they're going to cut the daily supply, or the software is going to cut the daily supply. It doesn't mean that the price of Bitcoin is being cut in half. It just means that the daily supply is being cut in half. You might want to think about it like oil, where all of a sudden in 11 days, half the oil rigs are turned off. And so therefore that supply gets reduced. In the past, this has been a catalyst for very, very big run-ups. We've had a tremendous run-up coming into this. It's got some wood to chop around 9,000. But I think in the medium to long term, you now have an asset that is going to be more scarce than gold based on the stock-to-flow ratio in an environment where the entire world is printing money.
Why isn't this a sell the news event?
It very well may be. I mean, if you look back at the last two, we've had quite a run-up. If you look back at the last two, it took about 30 to 60 days for this really to filter through the market. So you could have after this, remember, this is how the miners make their money is by those Bitcoin rewards. Right. So some of the weaker miners might actually have to sell out. But 30 to 60 days from now, we could see a nice run up again.
So that was CNBC News reporting about Bitcoin. Now this is just massive, guys. It's ridiculous in my opinion how much attention this crypto is getting. During a time of crisis like we are going through, the money situation side of things during this pandemic, it is, to me, recession, etc., it's looking bad. It's looking very, very bad, and things have to get this bad for a new system to come into play. Now that doesn't mean, as I said multiple times, it doesn't mean Bitcoin's going to come into play next year and everyone's going to be using Bitcoin. I don't think that's going to be the case. We're already seeing reports of digital dollar, digital yen, digital this, that and that. It's the transition. It's the transition from going to the cash to the digital side of things. That's what I think is going to happen. And then 2-3 years or whatever, when people do finally take that transition to digital, it's when they'll then take their own initiative to then go to Bitcoin potentially, if it's still the king by them. But I think that's what's going to be the case. It's just going to introduce a lot of people into it. Now this is the stock to flow ratio. I've showed you guys this in multiple Chainlink videos because it supports it very, very well. Chainlink has showed very similar resistances and gains to Bitcoin, as well as when it goes down it shows very similar signs to Bitcoin. Now the stock to flow, we all got worried, don't get me wrong, we all got worried when it got to here, but part of me I still believe, because unless it completely fell, I wasn't ever going to stop believing, because this is the real deal. Look, we have now bounced back. This is what we're waiting for. Now, it's still on course perfectly. This is the scary thing about it. We are still on course perfectly. Everybody got scared when we come to this point. Everybody. But now, we are going back up again. So now everybody can relax again. This is a time where it's shining in a time of crisis. This is what has to happen. It has to shine. Crypto has to shine in a time of crisis for it to become relevant to the world. And this is what we're waiting for, guys. There's 8 days, 8 hours and 21 minutes until the Bitcoin halving. Now, in my opinion, after this is when everything's going to get real. Chainlink, Ethereum, Tezos, all of the reliable cryptocurrencies that are legitimate out there, they are going to see a lot of gains this year after this moment in history, I personally believe. Now, I'm not a financial advisor, but I have had a lot of people asking me questions on when should I buy, is it too late, etc, etc. And now I've tried trading, and personally I'm not any good at it. It's not for me, so I just don't do it. So I can't give you exact time and days when to exact hours to when to buy. But what I can say, my strongest opinion that I'm advising to people is, if you are going to buy cryptocurrency, or you're even thinking about buying cryptocurrency, if it's possible, do it before the 10th of May. Do it before the Bitcoin halving happens. 11th of May, sorry. Do it before the 11th of May, because then that is where it will be technically cashed in, and in my opinion after that it's not going to go down again, because it would be more valuable and you're going to see a lot more media attention. So in my opinion, if you're going to buy cryptocurrency before this time ends. Don't try to trade it, don't try to do this, just hold it, in my opinion. I'm not a financial advisor, remember, always do your own research before just diving into things, but make sure, guys, that if you are going to invest in this crypto space, make sure you do it before then. And I want to show you one more video as to why I want to convince you to buy. I've shown this a couple times now, guys, but it gives me so much more motivation, and to believe, etc., etc. I want to show you this, and if this gives you a form of motivation, drop the like in the video, share the video, get the word out there. Let's spread the word that cryptocurrency is coming.
In the words of Satoshi, if Peter doesn't get it, I don't have time. But I do think that if Peter or others believe everything you just said, right, with 100% confidence, there is 0% chance that you could be wrong, you could be missing something, 0% chance that Bitcoin could be valuable, that it could be a new technology, a new trend, that it's a 0% chance that the millions of people who are currently buying and holding this are wrong. Don't buy any. Don't put it in your portfolio. Don't use it. But if there is even a 1% chance that you could be wrong, the odds, given that it is an asymmetric asset, mean that you will be kicking yourself forever for having known about this, spend all your time doing this, getting berated on the internet, and miss the opportunity. Yeah. And so,
now, ladies and gentlemen, that really motivates me to keep on staying positive for Bitcoin, because from what I've seen, the Bitcoiners have warned a lot of people about this economy coming, and it has happened. So if you guys did take any value from this video at all, a like, any feedback, a share, or a subscribe really does help my channel out. I've been Crypto Nobes, guys. Thank you for watching. Peace.